How are you? I hope you're all doing well on this Tuesday. Gotta remember what day it is. But, all right. Let me see who's all here. My preview on my OBS isn't working, so I'm actually using my phone to look at chat. So forgive me if I'm a little slower than usual tonight. Um, responding to anything. I will do my best. But, all right, let's see. Ellie, welcome in. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Let's see. And hi, Zeppy and Pinky and Kai. It's so good to see you. Yeah, I'm very excited to have another night of lore building with you all. Micah, welcome in, love. Thank you for being here. How are you? It's good to see you. And if you're not following Micah, you should. And it's Micah's affiliate anniversary next week. And on that note, I want to make a little announcement because I have decided to push back the start of our Ultimate Decades one day. Just one day. To move it from the 29th, that Friday, to the Saturday. And I've got a couple reasons for this, but the biggest one is that Micah is having her affiliate anniversary stream on that Friday, on the 29th, 12-hour stream, and I want to be there. So you should join me and hang out with Micah on the 29th, and then we'll hang out and do Ultimate Decades premiere on Saturday, on the 30th. So I know I said for months it was going to be the 29th, it was going to be the 29th, but then I forgot that day was Micah's affiliate anniversary. And I don't want to miss that. She's a beloved member of our community. She's my dear mod. And so, like I said, I don't want, we share a lot of friends here on Twitch. I don't want anyone's attention to be split away from that special day for Micah. So we should all go hang out with Micah next Friday for the affiliate anniversary celebration. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I have pushed it one day, and that'll line up with where our scheduling will be, because we'll be doing Ultimate Decades on Tuesdays and Saturdays is my plan. So yeah, Tuesday stream days will become Ultimate Decades days, our weekday Ultimate Decades day. And then Saturday for our weekend Ultimate Decades day. That way we have one that's evening for evening night for North American time zones, and one that's evening night for European time zones to, let those friends have a time that they don't have to be here at like 3 a.m. Panky. To be here and hang out with us. So that's just a couple announcements that I wanted to make. I'm also writing a prologue for our Ultimate Decades Challenge. So sometime this week, I'm going to finish that up, polish it up, and I will post it into the journal entries channel on our Discord. So, did I try the penguin cookies? Yeah, penguin cookies. What penguin cookies? Are you talking about the one from my pillow that I sent you the picture of? Yes. Okay. No, I have not. I only have the merch. I have not been to Frosty's Cafe yet. But I'm excited. And like I said at the very beginning when I started, for some reason my OBS is not loading my chat preview. So I've got my chat on my phone. So please excuse me, as I will probably be I'm gonna do my best that there's no delays, but if I'm a little slower to respond to a question or a comment, just please have patience with me. My tech is not my tech is not always nice to me. Also, check out my new beanie. I think we're all waiting for our mother load. But Micah also inspired me to own my own head hug, as she calls it. So you can find this on Etsy, by the way. Just saying, I can put the creator of that in the hold on, let me find the shop I got it from for y'all if any of you want a beanie like this. Let me find it. Where is it? Okay. Purchases. And you're gonna love the name of this creator because my beanie is by Edgar Allan Poe. And yes, you heard me correctly. I also actually ordered a mug from them, which should, let's see, where is it? Let's see. Should have been, it's not delivered yet, but I should have it for tomorrow's stream. But yeah, so that's fun and exciting. There's no space between Alan and Ho, by the way, on that name. Just putting that out there. But yeah, so we start Ultimate Decades at the end of next week, day after Micah's affiliate anniversary stream. Just putting that all out there. Let me even give you a special, let me see if I wonder if Frosty will work for me. Hopefully Frosty will work for me today. Give me a good shout out for Micah, please. All right, Frosty's not going to give me a good shout out, but if you're not following Micah, you should. Because that's where I'm going to be all day next Friday, is hanging out with Micah. So you should too. All right. So we're going to be writing more lore today. Very exciting. Oh, I love you too, Micah. Micah, you were like one of my first friends on Twitch. You and Bluma and Udi, you guys were the OGs of the ones who really like helped bring me out of my shell on Twitch. So this is just a small gesture to give back. So if only Frosty would get its act together and give you this special shout out. I wonder if I did. Hold on. Let me see if I do. Aw, you're... Stop. It's too early to cry. It's too early to cry. And my tissues are not in reach. I can't. Okay? I cannot even. But our NPC spreadsheet is shared on Discord already, by the way. You guys can view it at any time as it gets updated and stuff. There's a couple parts that I'm still working on updating for previous ones, but we're slowly getting together some lore and background for our NPCs to create our community. Now, people have asked me, have you made the Legacy family yet? The answer is no. I'm going to make them next week. On next week's Tuesday's stream, that will be our Legacy. That'll be the day that we make our Legacy family and their lore. Which I'm already kind of like putting together a little bit of in the back of my head. But hi Kai, it's good to see you. All right, we gotta get game up. One moment, please. All right, let's get to it. We're making some sims. We're doing some things. Let's load our game. How have you been this week, Kai? All right. We obviously still have some more building to do. I do plan to stream on Saturday, as well as Thursday. So hopefully we'll be able to wrap up the island in this neighborhood at least between the two of those. I think these lots are going to end up spilling over into while we are, while we're playing. We'll keep Thursday streams for building for a little bit to wrap up these last few lots. Because my streams are never long enough for me to make a huge amount of progress, unfortunately. But we do the best we do the best we can. We do the best we can. So I'm gonna go back to some names that we had suggested in Discord before. The other thing that me not streaming on that Friday gives me is it gives me an entire day that I'm neither at work or streaming that I can use to do final checks, final game checks, mod compatibility checks, things like that for Ultimate Decades so that we can make sure that our first stream runs smoothly as best as possible. Oh, you're okay, but you think you're getting sick? I hope not. I hope not, Kai. Hopefully not, but drink lots of water, get some vitamin C if you can. And hopefully it'll pass with, very quickly. All right, let me get a name from one of our old polls that we can work with. We're still making families because honestly, we need a lot of families so that we have different people to like marry into each other's families for the next generation and provide a lot of stuff. Honestly, there's a lot of Sims to make, both families and not, but most households will be families. Yes, we hope the best for you, Kai. All right, our final name poll. I think the only one that didn't win that we haven't done yet is the Drakelo family. So let's figure out Drakelo family. Let's figure out who are the Drakelos. So we've got Mr. Drakelo, which honestly, this isn't a bad sim to start with. He's got monolid though, like, which is not really a European trait, or at least not a very common one. So let's start by figuring out random number generator. I'll say random number generator 1 through 10. Let's figure out how many times we're going to randomize him. 10. So we are going to randomize him 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So this would make this Mr. Drakelo. How old is Mr. Drakelo? We'll say between the ages of 20 and 50. That way we can figure out, is this a young family? Is this an older? $49. So he's older. He's not elder. Because people didn't just age, just because life expectancy was less does not mean people aged any faster than people do today. All right, so this is a 49-year-old. He's probably got all gray hair then. We'll leave his hair colored for now so that we know what his hair color he had. He's a little portly fellow. We love all body types here. Just putting that, out there. PSA, we love all body types here. He's got a belly, which probably makes him pretty cuddly if he's a good soft personality. All right, let's figure out. Let me give him like an outfit so this isn't like breaking my immersion. Come on, where's a good tunic? Well, I guess first we should figure out if he's a commoner or a noble or a merchant, like merchant artisan class. So let's say 1 for commoner, 2 for merchant or artisan, like a specialty skilled worker type person. Potter, blacksmith, legal, etc., etc. Middle class, not a farmer. So commoner, more of a skilled artisan type profession. And 3 will say noble. Because we're not really doing a noble family, at least not yet. So random number generate, let's do 1 through 3. I'm sorry I'm clogging up the chat space with these. I just figured that's better than me just like, I don't have a widget that I can just put on the screen yet. I'm working on it because we're going to need it. 2. So this is like merchant artisan. If you guys got some ideas of like what kind of profession our Mr. Drakelo has. So, think like potter, tanner, merchant, potter, tanner, merchant, let me think, baker, innkeeper, bartender, like tavern owner type deal. There's some nice, like, very hooded eyes. So they're not bad. I like his eye color. He's got a very kind face. But throw them in the chat if you have an idea of like what kind of profession we think Mr. Drakelo should have. Because he's probably gonna live in the city then, if he's more of a middle class, like merchant class, crafter sort of class kind of person. Let me see what we can do for outfits. That'll help us kind of get a feel for our character here. Innkeeper would be cool. Cool. All right, let's think like innkeeper. So, in which case he probably wouldn't have like the fanciest clothes, but he would be like neatly dressed, probably not like too worn of clothes. All right, let's see here. Where is a good tunic? Like, not the one with like the ropey. But not in black. I feel like that one's not bad. I don't know if the little vest kind of fits him though, so maybe more like this. But in like, yeah, I'm thinking more like this. Not in purple though. Purple was a pretty exclusive sort of color. We could do like a lightish kind of sagey green though. That'll bring out his eyes. All right. So Mr. Drakelo, who does not have a first name yet. I do like his face. I think he has a good face. I do kind of want, should he have more of a scruff? I don't want to spend too much. I mean, I kind of like it where it's just kind of like a little bit of a rough shave. Nothing too particularly fancy. Give him a hat. I mean, he works inside. He probably doesn't need too much of a hat, but maybe we can give him, not that one. Something more like this. You know, something just keep his hair out of his face while he works. Come on. My scroll wheel is not, like, this mouse is only like a year-ish old, but it struggles. It struggles at times. This is the other one. All right. So we have Draclo, the innkeeper. Mr. Draclo. Come on, scroll out for me. Okay. Let's see. Now, is he married, widowed, or never married? That is the question. Three, this man never married. If he never married, he probably never had kids, or if he did, they were never legitimate. So we might have to create some other characters at some point. So he is our 49-year-old bachelor innkeeper. Draclo, 49. Oh, I didn't figure out what day he was born or anything. Because I think it's fun, because I'm doing that extended edition. So we have more time in each year. So we can, like, say, like, oh, how old are they? And that helps me figure out when they need to be aged up. Helps me keep track of that. That's why I have a spreadsheet. I need a spreadsheet to keep track of all this. Oh, Pinky, I think I'm the only one with permission for that one. Lynn, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. Let's see. Sorry, Pinky. All right, this guy was born in May. May means his birthday is not passed yet. Means he would have been born in 1251 at the start of our challenge. He is unmarried. He is a merchant. Well, innkeeper. Oh, wait. Wrong thing. Profession, innkeeper. Class, business holder, I guess? So we'll say middle. So I guess now we got to figure out, guys, why did Mr. Draclo never marry? Why did Mr. Draclo never marry? Let's figure out personality. Maybe that'll give us some hints on why this man, this innkeeper, this business owner, never married. How many times? I'll take the first number y'all put out between one. Someone put a number 1 to 10. How many times? Someone put a number in the chat 1 to 10. And that'll be how many times we refresh his personality traits. 7. 7 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, he's evil. We have a first antagonist. He has such a kind face, but he's not. It's all a lie. I don't accept numbers with decimal points, Pinky. But he is a clumsy, cheerful, evil man. He is a clumsy, cheerful, evil man. What does this tell us about him, chat? He's clumsy, but cheerful and evil. He's cheerfully evil. Does he delight in taking travelers' money for more than it's worth? Making them uncomfortable in poor quarters? Does he spit in their food? What a personality, right? We have an antagonist. He is clumsy, cheerful, and evil. All of the above. He delights in providing bad service. But masks it with a friendly attitude. Like it's all deliberate, but he'll be like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry someone did that to you. I can fix it." He delights in providing bad customer service. But providing it cheerfully. He may provide bad customer service, but he provides it cheerfully. All right. We're going to make his hair kind of more gray. Let's see. Maybe he tried to trap a woman into marriage, but his clumsiness messed it up somehow and she got away and she told as many people as she could. He delights in creating problems he gets to fix. I agree with both of you. Then I guess the question is, who is the woman who did it? Is it someone we've already created? Is it the blacksmith's wife? Did he try to trap her? Like he enjoys, like he weaponizes his clumsiness to like spill things on his customers. So maybe he was in love with the blacksmith's wife. So that would make him and the blacksmith enemies. I'm writing it down. Let's see. Likes to create problems he gets to fix. Was in love with, let's see, blacksmith's wife. Let me find her name. More gossip. It was a Smith. It was Margaret Smith. He was in love with Margaret Smith, who is 34. Oh my gosh, she's 15 years younger than him. But that wasn't that unusual of an age difference between partners back. Mutual enemyship with Stephen Smith. All right, let me catch up on chat here. You're too sleepy? Yes, do your pun time. Let me see. A limbo man walks into a bar and is disqualified. What happens if life gives you melons? You're dyslexic. Never buy anything that has Velcro with it. It's a total ripoff. I think rowing is awesome. Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can. Thank you so much for the puns, Pinky. I hope you sleep very, very well. Thank you for contributing to our lore this evening, and have a good night. Mutual enemy ship and weaponizes clumsiness. He weaponizes his clumsiness to spill things on customers. To spill things on people. He weaponizes his clumsiness against people. I'm just gonna put that. Because maybe he, like, uses it to, like, trip other people and stuff as well. Okay. Thank you for the lurk, Pinky. Alright. That is our Mr. Drakelo. What is his first name? Let me go, let's see. I don't know how many names I have on this list. Let's keep it to these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. Let's do a number generator 1 through 18. Pick a name. 1. This is another William. We have another William, which makes sense. It was the most common name in that century for men. So this is William Drakelo. Should we see if William Drakelo has any siblings? There we go. Let's do it like that. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Does he have siblings? And if so, how many? So let's do a random number generator. Let's say... And this is, of course, living siblings. I mean, if he's already 49... I'm probably only going to do, like, 1 to 5 then. Which feels right. Random number generator, 0 to 5. 0. He does not have any siblings. At least none that are still alive. He has 0 siblings who are living. He is alone. He is alone in this world. Unless you wish to see if he has any bastard children. Excuse the language. Illegitimate children. He never married. That doesn't mean... Will his line continue? Let's find out if he has any illegitimate children. Random number generator, we'll say 0 to 6. Does he have any living illegitimate children? These would be not even necessarily by the same women, probably by prostitutes, honestly, given that he never married. Probably would be the ones. And they probably wouldn't even live with him. He has 3 illegitimate children. He has 3 illegitimate children. I'm going to say they're probably all by, you know, women of the night, the oldest profession in the world. You mean different mothers, Kai? Yes, we could make them be all from different children. Now he's 49. That doesn't put it out of the realm of possibility that any of them are toddlers, but let's see. I'm not going to make the mothers. I'm not. They're probably gone at this point. I mean, they might not be, but I don't know. I guess it depends on how old the kid is. He's 49. That means those children could be anywhere from, like, I mean, even at his age, he could sire a child. So that child could be, well, first let's figure out. First child, girl or boy? So boy is 1, girl is 2. I suppose we could, but we could also just leave it as unknown parent. Is this a son or a daughter? Child number 1. We know he has 3 illegitimate children. 2. This is a girl. It's a girl. And she is how old? We'll say between the ages of 1. You know, if they're really young, I'll make a mother. And they'll just move into a different house. They'll be somewhere else in Windenburg. So that the trees are there. Let me figure out how old she is. And if she's young, I'll pull somebody off the gallery to be a genetic donor. So between the ages of, let's say, 1 to 29. Because I feel like that makes sense. Because that would put him at 20 at the age that he sired them. Abouts. 28. So this girl's been around for a while, so I don't think we need to make the mother. I don't think we need to make the mother for this one. She's a young adult. How many times are we going to randomize her? This is daughter number 1. Child number 1. Kai, you want to give me a number between 1 and 10 to randomize her? Illegitimate children number 1. She is 28. 3. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Okay, she needs a little help. She needs a little bit of help. There we go. But she's actually quite pretty. She's actually very, very pretty. Can I spell today? She's got kind of like an ashy brown hair. Honestly, at like 28, that's possible. We're probably going to end up making another household for her. But she is quite lovely. I think she's lovely. She looks a lot like her dad, though. Yeah, she is very pretty. I honestly tend to have pretty good luck with random Sims. Like, surprisingly good luck. All right. I'm going to throw like a more period appropriate dress on her. And let's figure out what their relationship is. She's an illegitimate child. Um you know, it's hard to say whether she would even know who her father is. You know, if we're assuming her mother was a prostitute, then she may not. She may not know who her father is, but I mean, she looks like him, so illegitimate daughter number 1. She's 28 years old. Those are not the shoes I was looking for. There we go. Better-ish. I feel like Star Wars. These are not the shoes you are looking for. Where are the shoes that I was looking for? Come on, where are you? There they are. Okay. Let me see what month she was born in. She's a February child. And she would have been born then, because her birthday's already passed. Do a little math. Then in 1240, not 40, 80, no, 70. Ah, can I math? 82, 72. Oh my gosh. I cannot. I cannot. All right. All right. Come on. Back up. Back up. Back up. All right. So she's lovely. She's lovely. Let's figure out what her personality. Oh wait, yes. Accept. Or should I see if she's married first? Maybe we should figure out how old the other kids are first. Random number generating was supposed to help take the question out of it. I guess the first question is, does she know who her father is? I mean, the fact of the matter is, because they weren't married, he probably never claimed her. Like, especially because he's evil, I don't really see him taking responsibility for a child born from a prostitute. He'd be like, you have no proof. And that would be that. Hi, Cray. Welcome in, love. How are you? Yeah, we'll say 1, she knows, 2, she doesn't. She knows. Probably because she's the spitting image of him. I mean, look at this. Look at this. She looks just like him. I feel like it's hard to deny her when she looks just like him. All right. I look just like my parents. My parents, especially my mother. And my mother knows that she could never deny that I was her daughter because I look just like her. Like my entire life, it's been, oh my gosh, you look just like your mother. which I don't mind because I think my mother is beautiful. All right. So she's the spitting image of her father. She's our first kid. We'll probably separate her into her own household. And do that. Okay. Same for you and your mom. Your sister looks more like your dad's side. You're the only one who looks like your mom. Yeah, no, I get it. Some genes are stronger than others. All right, let's figure out the other two illegitimate children. Actually, we should figure out what her name is first. Let's figure out what our first illegitimate, and if she knows, well, I guess the next question first, before anything else. Did he acknowledge her as his daughter? Which would give her his name. Did he acknowledge her as his daughter? Daughters were less likely to be acknowledged in general. Let's say 1, he acknowledges her, 2, he doesn't, in which case she wouldn't have his last name. I mean, she might be married and have his last name too, but that'll give us a good indication on their relationship. At least a little bit. Yeah. So let's say 1, he acknowledged her, and 2, he didn't. 1, he acknowledged that she's his daughter. Again, I think because she's the spitting image of him, he had a hard time not. I also kind of think that if you do like children without a second person, like a second sim to like help with it, like it sometimes just makes them look more like. So maybe for the other two, we'll make it more chanceful by just grabbing some random sims from the gallery. Floofy, hello, love. Thank you for being here. Real quick, let's see what their relationship is like. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm doing well. I hope you are too. Let's see, 1, 7, 6. Ooh, they have a strict family dynamic. Need to make him look more stern. I wonder if, you know, he ended up like taking her from her mother when she was little. And so she's grown up with him, but only him. Like not like little, but you know, old enough to take care, you know, probably like 8, I'm guessing. You have 3,000 left until you get to be a sim. Ooh, that's exciting, Floofy. Has a strict relationship with him. All right, I'm gonna find a name for her. Let's see, 1 through, let's say 18, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could do Mabel, Mobilia. Mabel or Mobilia? What do y'all think? Mabel or Mobilia? Mabilia. Mabel. Okay. This is Mabel Drakelo, unless she's married, which we haven't covered yet. I guess we should figure that out. She is 28, so you would assume she would be married, but... You like Mabel too? All right, well, this is Mabel. This is Mabel Drakelo, but she's 28. She could be married. But before we get into that part, let's figure out personality. Cray, can you give me a number between 1 and 10? Let's see. Six. All right, we'll randomize her traits 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arrogant, neat, and cheerful. I'm not sure the arrogant really fits with her lore. I don't think arrogant really fits the lore we're going for here. If she's grown up under a strict father, like, I understand her being neat. Because, like, especially if she grew up in an inn, you know, maybe she's been, you know, ordered around to take, like, clean up the messes he makes on purpose. Do 6 more? We could try. She could be a widow who chose not to remarry. Also possible. We'll figure that out. But we got 2 more illegitimate children to make as well. Yeah, why don't we try 6 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. She's oblivious. She's nosy. And she's high maintenance. I feel like that's too many, you know, maybe we'll give her cheerful. There we go. Cheerful like her dad. But she's oblivious and nosy. She's a complete gossip. She's a gossip hound, which honestly fits an innkeeper's daughter, kind of, because she probably hears a lot in the inn. Yeah. So I feel like that's perfect. She's just a nosy and oblivious. She probably is a little bit tactless. Nosy. Cheerful. And oblivious. Oblivious is a mod trait. It is not a trait that comes with the game. So, let's see. At her age, generally she'd be either married or widowed. You don't really run into women in this day and age who never marry unless they become nuns. So I'm thinking she's either married or she's widowed. So we'll do 1 for married, 2 for widowed. 1. She is married. He is still alive. We'll figure that out in a bit. If she's still working at the end with her father, then wouldn't she be widowed? Well, we don't know that. We have them together in the same household right now. I mean, and women sometimes worked. And stuff. You're right, though. Maybe it would fit better if she's widowed. Fathers had to pay for their daughters to be able to never marry. Really? I don't think I knew that fact. Like, obviously dowry, so you have to pay for them to get married. but you had to pay for them to stay unmarried? Or did you mean the other way? I'm confused. That's not a history fact I knew, if it's the case. Yeah, they had to pay for either? Wow. No wonder daughters weren't valued. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a feminist, but like, no wonder fathers did not like having daughters if they had to pay for them to marry or be unmarried. Like, that's a no-win scenario. Versus if you have a son, you get paid for them to get married. All right. Well, then she's married. Her name is Mabel. We'll make her own household here in a bit. Her father is William Drakelow. We'll figure out husband and all that later. We do still have 2 more illegitimate siblings. You just know about the godparents being considered. Yeah, you couldn't marry a godchild to the godfather's biological. Yeah. You're in ad jail? Oh, be right back. All right. Let's see. Okay. Mabel's got siblings. I think she's probably more of a social person. Because we can move her out. Like, that part's not a problem. She'll get moved out. We're just, Drake, you know, her father was the first one we made to spout the lore. Maybe she just wants a lot of friends. She seems like a very social being, just very oblivious and gossipy. All right, first though, siblings. I am gonna download a random woman off the oh wait, wrong button. I'm gonna grab a random woman off the gallery. Households. Let me grab a random person here. For, let's see, second. Here, come in here, you, and we will make a child, the second child. All right, first things first, we need to know, is the child that this lady, Beatrice, which is actually a very old name, so that actually doesn't, like, conflict if the child's young and we need to keep her. So let's do a random number generator, 1 for boy, 2 for girl. Who's it, what is it gonna be? Is this one a son or a daughter? 1, this one is a boy. Now, because we're doing all different mothers for these kids, we have this, welcome back, Floofy! We're just working on putting together for Mabel's second half, you know, her first half sibling. Because William Drakelow had 3 illegitimate children who we decided to assume were all by different prostitutes. Because he never married. He himself never married. We came up with the lore that he was actually, he tried to trick Margaret Smith, who's the blacksmith's wife. He tried, you know, before they were married, he tried to trick her into marriage, but failed. And she married Stephen Smith, the blacksmith, instead of him. And he's hated them both ever since. So they have enemyship between them. William Drakelow is an enemy of Stephen and Margaret Smith. So there's a little bit tea drop there for you on some of the lore we've done already. The drama, yes. We love our random number generated tea. But yes, so I grabbed this gal off the gallery to just give us a random person because we figured out that he acknowledged Mabel as his child and probably took her from her mother at a fairly young age, probably 7 or 8, and raised her with him in the inn. Because they have like a strict relationship. I imagine he wanted her not to fall into her mother's seductress ways. just a little bit. Yes, definitely lurk while driving. Kai, drive safe, please. Get home safe or wherever you're going, and we will be here. But yeah, so we grabbed a random lady off the gallery to be the mother of Mabel's half brother because we figured out it's a brother. This one is a brother. But yeah, we just did Mabel genetically. We just did, William Drakelow's daughter by an unknown mother. And I do acknowledge that doing that, they're more likely to look like them. And that's one of the reasons why I guessed why he kind of had to acknowledge her, is because she's the spitting image of him. Look at this. Spitting image. She looks exactly like him. She looks just like him. So we're figuring out who the illegitimate children are and whether or not he actually acknowledged them as his children. But I decided for the other two, we should just grab some random Sims off the gallery. That way there's a little bit more of a 50-50 chance that they're going to look very much like him. Yeah, there's no getting out of that resemblance. Anybody who looked at them side by side would be like, yeah, no, this is your daughter. This is your daughter. But yeah, for the other two, I wanted to leave it more to chance on whether or not the kids looked like him and whether they knew, and he knew about who they were, Because if they don't look like him and he's evil, that's the other thing, is William Drakelow is an evil sim. He's evil, he's clumsy, and he's cheerful. It's a very interesting personality mix. We've decided he delights in giving bad customer service as an innkeeper. She is very pretty, isn't she? We love Mabel. She's beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing what her kids look like. If she has them. We'll find out. We'll get there. All right. But first, we have Beatrice and William, who had children. We're assuming that Beatrice is a prostitute because he never married. And so, obviously, they would be the only women who would sleep with him, presumably. So we're going to play with genetics. This is their child. Now, we know it's a boy, but we haven't figured out how old this child is. So it could be anywhere from 1 to 29. You can only imagine the... I could see that. I could see that. All right, let's do a random number generator. 1, 2, because William is 49. So his children really could be anywhere from 1 year old to 29 years old. So that's how Mabel ended up being 28. So this son is between the ages of 1 and 29. And he is 2. This is a much younger child. Now, 2 puts him toddler. He is 2 years old. Where he charges you double for looking twice in the mirror. Exactly. And we decided that since he's clumsy, he probably weaponizes it to, make, have accidents and spill things on customers. And, oh my gosh, I'm just so clumsy. I've dropped your case down the stairs. That sort of thing. He's clumsy. Not a very good innkeeper, but there's not a lot of innkeepers to choose from, so he still remains in business, because he has prime location on his side. Gaslighting the customers, exactly. He gaslights his customers. Now this child is 2 years old. Floofy, can you give me a number between 1 and 10? For how many times we're going to randomize this son? 4. All right, here we go. Randomize the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, this one does not look as much like Dad. Get rid of the earrings, though. This one does not look as much like Dad. Black hair, brown eyes, not his Hazel. He probably would also be skinnier, just saying. Not because I don't like a chubby toddler, but because if he's the son of a prostitute and he may not be even acknowledged as the son of the innkeeper. Let's see. There we go. All right, here's our boy, Mabel's half-brother, who is 26 years younger than her. Very possible. It happens. How are you making up the names? I found a couple sources of like given names in the early 13th century that I'm kind of pulling from. If you would like to suggest a name, feel free. But I've just been kind of random number generating like 1 through 18 and picking one because it's like ordered in most most occurrences to least occurrences of the name in like records. But yeah, I found some like lists that give the names. So that way I can pick from ones that I know were more common, and that way we have the thing of repeated names, which was a thing then as it is now. But if you have one you would like to suggest for this like turn of the, at the start of like the 14th century, late 13th century, if you've got one, because I know you're a historian, Floofy, if you've got a name you would like to use, let me know. Now this son does not look as much like dear old evil dad. And it's possible based on his looks that the mother doesn't even know that that he's the innkeeper's son. So he'd have her name. Technically I should have Mabel's last name be Fitzwilliam because she's the bastard of William. You can't think of one off your top of your head? Yeah, technically Mabel's last name should be Fitzwilliam since she was born out of wedlock. Now, we'll say her half-brother, who it's not listing as a half-brother there, but anyway. Let's see, he's wild. You just Googled a list of name and one is Hereward? Who settles this poor child? They wanted to combine Harry and Edward. They could not decide, clearly. Number generator 1 through 18. 5. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a Hugo. Okay. Let's see. Technically, he should just be probably Fitz for his last name, Hugo Fitz. Because she wouldn't know, she probably wouldn't know which of her customers he belonged to. Let's see. Mabel Fitz. All right, let's see what month was Hugo born in. One, this is a January child, which means his birthday has already passed. He was born in 1298, obviously unmarried. He is the son of we know that he's the son of William Drakelow. But she is unlikely to know. That does mean that with him so young, we're gonna. Oh, she's ambitious. Serial romantic fits. Cheerful. Genius. Okay. She would not have a head covering because prostitutes were not allowed to have that. Let's see. Let's see. Then again, when you look at the names of early England in the 10th, 11th centuries, they lean more into old Celtic language structures. Yes, but you have to keep in mind that was before not Henry, William the Conqueror and stuff. But yeah, that does make sense for Hereward. Um, once and we are imagining Windenburg as part of like southeast England, so closer to France. Let's see. Um, see. It is interesting the kind of like pre-Norman names. Hmm. William brought a lot of the French linguistic structure, yes. And then smashed into the leftovers of Anglo-Saxon, early Germanic, and then actual German. It's very interesting looking how England came to be. Yes, yes it is. I completely agree. Floofy, have you ever looked at the England is a Creole language theory? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, basically, I mean, you can look it up, but basically the Creole theory for English is because, um, for instance, our words for animals come from Germanic, but our words for food come from French. Pig comes from Old English. Pork comes from French. Same with cow and beef. Um, yes. Yes. Exactly kind of the same concept. Um, and that's one of the reasons why English today has no rules. or at least no solid rules, because it's born from several different languages' rule sets. But let's see. Oh. Okay. So Beatrix and Fitz just means of, though. I'm just, oh. Let's see. Do we have a surname we have for Beatrix? I'm gonna end up separating these all into different ones. I kind of want to give her Durant, which meant survivor. No, no, I'm always happy to talk things like that. Or Camstra, maybe, which is more of a topographic name. Duran. You're right, it would. You're right. Let's see. Beatricia. Duran. She does look more Spanish. Well, actually, Spain and England had pretty close relationships around this time because Edward I's wife was a Spanish princess. So, I mean, there was a decent number of reasons people immigrated from Spain to England during that time as a result, by trade or what have you. Let's see. Christiana. Juliana. We could give her Juliana, maybe. Juliana. And then, what's a good Spanish surname? Juliana. Yeah, Spain and England married a couple times. So we'll say Juliana. Spain, England, and France did a lot of intermarrying. What's a good Spanish surname? Well, how old is Juliana? If she's a young adult, that puts her between the ages of 20 and 29. Oof. She's probably younger than his daughter. 22. She is younger than his daughter. Oh, jeez. And she was born, not that she knows, but we know that she was born in July, which would put her, which means she'll be 23, 1277, I think. Yes. No? Yes. Unmarried. Yeah, actually that makes a lot of sense. I didn't even plan that. But yeah, so she was named after the month she was born in. I still need a surname for her. Something that sounds Spanish and is period appropriate. At least close enough. Let me look. 13th century Spanish surnames. We could do something like Castellar, so relating. Wait, that's Italian. We could do like Cero de Leon. Oh, good one. Let's do that. De Leon. Juliana de Leon. De Leon. Oh, now you're saying Castilla? Which one? Which one, Floofy? I actually really like her personality as is. So she's cheerful, ambitious, and a genius. Oh, undo. You know what? We can work with that. Yes, Castilla. Juliana Castilla. Put her more in a commoner class. Okay, so that does it for Juliana and Hugo, her son. She obviously gave him a very English name, probably to help him out. You're not familiar with this. It's okay. All right. And he, like I said, he doesn't really look particularly like his father. So I don't know that she had a way of like really getting child support or anything. Location, yeah, no. Location surname absolutely makes sense. All right. So that does it for her. Her and her son will be in their own little household. So we'll get that figured out later. But let's grab another, no, wrong button. Let's grab another random sim from the gallery. Let's see. For another. Let's do her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is picking like a blonde for the other one. Get a little more genetic variation in. Merge. Let's bring her in here. Maith. Yeah, she's pretty. Hopefully she'll give us a pretty kid. All right, first things first. Kid number 3, because we knew from the get-go. Because after we figured out that William never married, and then we're like, well, did he have illegitimate children? And the answer was 3, who we assumed were all from different mothers. Whether we keep her or not depends entirely on how old the child is. Candy, welcome in, love. Thanks for being here and collecting your daily blanket. Enjoy your lurk. All right, random number generator. Is their child a boy or a girl? It is another boy. This one is another boy. Okay. How old is this boy? Because it's going to be between the ages of 1 to 29. Right now, we have a very large gap between Mabel and her half-brother, Hugo. Let's see. This one is 11 years old. This is a child. So we'll say she's still alive then. And let's figure out what this child looks like. Child-aged son. He's 11 years old. And how many times should we randomize? Five times to randomize. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's it. I kind of want to go 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. The looks on the other one just didn't quite, like, make a lot of sense to me. So we really did 10. I know. I kind of cheated a little bit there. But he's got curly blonde hair. He actually looks a fair amount like his dad. We might just do a roll to figure out whether or not, you know, he was an acknowledged child. He looks like a pretty good mix between the two, is the thing. So it really is a toss-up. Let's see. So I guess we should roll. Is he an acknowledged child? Like, was he claimed by William? But I think the Drakelow name is probably going to die out. I mean, technically he could give it, but again, children born out of wedlock were typically given the Fitz with the name of their father. All right, we'll say 1, he was acknowledged. 2, he was not. 1, he was acknowledged. He was acknowledged as a son. Eh. Generator 1 through 12. He is a December child. That is, in those days, a very unfortunate time to be born. If he's 11 and 13, March of 1300, that means he would have been born in 1288. Because he'll turn 12 at the end of the year. Oh my gosh. Well, probably, he looks enough like his father, and his father probably wanted somebody to pass the N on to. A son. Let's see. Try that again. He's lazy. He is a lazy son. If he's acknowledged, that means his mother probably took him in. I mean, you want to name his mom Euphemia? Yeah, we could do that. Euphemia. We'll need a different last name. Maybe Campstra? I haven't used that one yet. Or, I don't know. It is also your Sim's name, but we're spelling it differently. So it's a different spelling, but Euphemia. Trying to think. Potter, maybe? You'll get a last name. Okay. All right. We need a first name for this kid who would be, I don't know. Are we calling him Drakelow? I mean, if we call him Drakelow, we have a chance of keeping the name for another generation at least. But technically his name should be Fitzwilliam because he's the illegitimate child. It's okay. Drakelow's like a location name. We could bring it back in a generation or two. Fitzwilliam. All right. If he's lazy, he's definitely not a motor skill then. Maybe he's just more social. Oh, let's see. Social butterfly. Let's just say he's like a lazy social boy. Euphemia. I'm gonna give some different clothes real quick. The simmer who made her gave her a very exaggerated figure. Not complaining, but I'll probably adjust it a little bit, because I don't think there would be a lot of women in the 13th, 14th century. She could be like an adult. Let's see. Looking for dress. Hi, Bluma. Welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. Let's see. You want to hear some of the tea that's been written tonight, Bluma? I'm pretty sure I know you do. Get rid of her makeup. Yes, of course you do. Okay, so here's the tea. Here's the tea to date. So we have William Drakelow, who is unmarried, never married. He's an innkeeper. He's also evil. He's a clumsy, cheerful, evil man who delights in giving terrible customer service and gaslighting his customers about it. That is who he is as a person. He also tried to trick a woman who is now Margaret Smith, the blacksmith's wife. When she was younger and unmarried, he tried to trap her into marriage with him, failed. She married Stephen, and so now they are mortal. Now he has mutual enemyship with the Smith family. So that's him in a nutshell. He has 3 illegitimate children by different mothers, presumed all prostitutes. The oldest of which is Mabel, or at least the oldest living of which is Mabel, who is his spitting image, and he could not deny that she was his. So he ended up taking her in as a child somewhere between the ages of 7 and 10, and basically raising her. Right? We don't like William. He's not a good person. His daughter Mabel is kind of an oblivious but decent being. She's nosy, she's oblivious, and she's cheerful. She wants to be friends with people. She's not necessarily the brightest person, but she doesn't really mean any harm. Phoenix, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. All right, so Mabel is kind of an oblivious being. She's 28. She is married. We will be separating her out and making her own household once we finish up with her siblings. Okay. Sibling number 2, we also have his mother, Juliana Castilla, who is obviously Spanish. Castilla. Juliana Castilla, who is 22. She's 6 years younger than Mabel, but has a 2-year-old son via the innkeeper. Unfortunately, child does not bear nearly the resemblance that Mabel does to the innkeeper, and so he is unclaimed as a child. Like, he is unclaimed as far as parentage goes, his sireship, his father, his biological father. He does not have a known biological father. He just didn't happen to have enough resemblance for William to really claim him. his middle child is by the prostitute Euphemia. And that is this kid who's 11. And he is acknowledged as a son of the innkeeper. So we have 2 of the 3 illegitimate children who are acknowledged. And so we assume that he's being trained to take over the innkeepership. Coco, thank you for the lurk, love. And for collecting your daily blanket. So yeah, he's not like a bad bean. He's another social kind of bean, but he's lazy. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Follows are anonymous. If you'd like to say hi, feel free to. But if you prefer to lurk, we're just happy you're here. Welcome to the Renaissance Fair. Von Schweidenitz. Okay. I don't mind naming Euphemia that. Schweidenist. Nitz. If I can spell, I can never spell. I think the surname is a little bit too long. Yeah, it cuts me off at the I after the N. Floofy. Do you have another Vaughn that's a little shorter? Just a little bit? We could call her Von Schweiden. I can't do the accent, but I can do the rest of it. Swidnica. Swidnica. Okay. So this is Euphemia, who is the mother of the middle child. Also of the oldest profession in the world. That's a bit short for the time. I think we'll go with that one. Come on, zoom out for me. She would not have that ring. Ah, you were trying to name her after one of those queens. Okay, partially. No worries. All right, let's grab another set of boots. Shoes. Nope, not those ones. A little further. These ones. The first queen's name was just Anna. I like Euphemia better. Very fair. So that's Euphemia. With her son, who is acknowledged by William Drakelow. But remember, illegitimate children do not get their father's surname. They get Fitz with their father's name smushed together, of William, basically. So we have 2 of Williams. We have Mabel Fitzwilliam, who may not still have that name because she's actually married. And he's still alive, so that'll end up changing for her. But we have her half-brother, who we actually need a name for. Hold on. Random number generator, 1 through 18. What's it gonna be? 6. Good thing we don't have 2 Hugos here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Roger. He is Roger Fitzwilliam. Add that to my spreadsheet. Let's figure out what the relationship between him and his father is. I don't really care about his relationships with the mothers at all. He has 0 relationship with Hugo. That would be awkward, but they don't know that, remember, they don't know that Hugo exists. He's a brother, but he's also an unacknowledged brother who does not look like them. Other than the fact that his skin is tan, but so is his mother's is a little bit tan. These are all going to get split up. Juliana and Hugo are going to be split up into their own household. Mabel's going to be split off to her own household because she's got a husband. Roger. We might have Roger and Euphemia stay in this household. Since they will, since Roger is presumably still living with William. Let's see. Given that he doesn't have a legitimate heir, that would put Roger as the one who's the heir to the business of the inn. So, all right, let's see. 1 through 7. What's the relationship like between William and Roger? 1. They're actually pretty close. That's cute. He's actually close with his son, but he's strict with his daughter. See. Close relationship with dad. All right. Then we have Euphemia Swidnicka. Euphemia Swidnicka, she could be anywhere, but just see. I'm gonna think the best that she didn't have him any earlier than 16, so that would mean she's somewhere between the age of 27 and his age, so random number generate 27 to 49. She's actually the same age as he is, so she would be a much older... I mean, she would have been like 30s and stuff when they had him. But that would put her as an adult. So she is 49. Which is actually a pretty good age for those days. It does put poor Roger in a state of being fairly likely of being orphaned. Yeah, no worries. Enjoy your lurk, Bluma. I see you noticed that I added the sleepy Leo. All right, let's see. 1 through 12. What month was she born in? She's an October child. Oktoberfest. No, not just kidding. Let's see. 1250. Unmarried. I would say they just have it that he's just got an understanding with her. You know, that they're just kind of like, you know, they're not really together, but they have a son together that he's acknowledged. And she's probably kind of done with her main career. So maybe, like, by giving him an heir that he acknowledged, he just, like, takes care of her. We'll call her a maid now. Maybe she works a little bit like a housekeeper for the inn at this point. And she is gloomy, genius, and romantic. She wanted a soulmate, so maybe she's in love with him, even though he's not in love with her. Unrequited love. Maybe that's what this is. Yes, she is in love with William, but he's not in love with her. She has an unrequited love for him. I'll flesh some of this unrequited love for William. All right, and I think that wraps that up. Now, I'm going to place them in worlds so that I can split them up into different households. So let's go drop them in the world. Oh, I should have saved them first. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. Wait, if I go, wait, I think it saved them. Did it save them? Hold on, let me check. It did, okay. Just in case, they are saved to my library already. They are already saved to my library because Sims and Good is good and does that for us automatically. Auto-magically. So let's start, let's see. Here's City Inn. Let's move them in there, furnished. Sorry about my glitchy plume bob. All right. So we're moving in there. And then we're going to move Juliana and Hugo out. No, it just takes a long time to load for me because I have a lot of mods and custom content. If we give it a moment, it might. I completely removed Better Build By from my game. I'm going to be honest. If it is borked, I'll just, you know, force it closed and restart the game. I mean, the household is saved, so that part's not bad. I think it's because it's trying to go from cast to gameplay. These are some of the kinks I need to work out before next Saturday when we start Ultimate Decades officially. So let me move over to chat and Control Alt Delete. Grab my task manager. Force Sims to close. And then I will restart it. And then I should be able to just place the household and it won't try to immediately take me to gameplay. Because that's the part that I've really been having trouble with. Oh, the glitching Poom Bob. Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to just find some more recent screen loading. Like some more recently published loading screens to help me out with that. Just kind of replace it. But here, let me get us back to the game. Because we have been building all the tea. And it's fun. So take me home, country roads. And let's get there. All right, let's open this. The nice thing is you can move them out into just households that are in the world. They don't have to be, you know, once you place a family. So let me grab from the gallery. Wait, include custom content. All right, there we go. We're moving them into here, furnished. That's done. Okay. So now that I can go into here and be like, transfer Sims between households and make Juliana and Hugo into their own household. I don't know. I'm gonna give her like 500 simoleons. You know, she's not wealthy. Neither is he. I'll adjust his funds later. We'll give Mabel like a dowry type deal. Okay. So make them into a household and then transfer. And this way they show up on each other's family trees. So this is how you can create like different households with relationships, like genetic relationships already established. Yeah, no, I've gotten rid of, I'm gonna give a little bit of money to Mabel. Oop. Move her out into her own household, and now we can create, add jail. All right. Now we can go into Mabel's household and figure out who her husband is. She's 28 years old. She is married. We got to make a husband for her. So let's make a man. Make a man. I don't know. For some reason, like the Mulan song is in my head, but also like I'm missing the tune. Let's see. And I think it's because I've got like medieval music in my ear, and so it's hard for me to like be like, what is the tune when all my brain is on the medieval music? All right, we're gonna add a new sim though. It is a male sim. He may be an adult. He's probably an adult because he's usually they were older, but not always. There were cases where the male partner was younger, but usually that was a case of if it was a second marriage, which is possible. OMG, the ears. That's from the Cats and Dogs pack, Ellie. If you're interested in that particular household. Hairstyle, not household. Can't talk. Yeah, the Cats and Dogs pack has that hair. All right, so let's figure out how old the husband is first. We'll say between the ages of, I hate to say it, but 25 to 50. Because people did marry people who were the same age as their fathers back then. And honestly, still do. I don't get it, but I try not to judge. 44. Significantly older, but she could be the second wife. Let's figure out what his last name is gonna be. Langston. We haven't used that one yet. Why not that? Langston. Maybe he's a, like, I don't know, like a stonemason. Well, yeah. Langston would make sense for a stonemason. Let's see. Thornton, Langston, Grimston. I don't know. For some reason, the ton names are speaking to me. He's a wolf. Pat his ears. Okay. Pet, pet, pet. Langston, Grimston. I don't know. Last names are hard. We could do Langston. Or Grimston. You like Langston? Okay, we'll go with Langston. All right, so this is Mr. Langston. And that makes Mabel Langston. Let's see. Mr. Langston, you were born. Thomas, we could do Thomas. In October. October child. Thomas Langston. We do need to still randomize his appearance. So let's see, that would put 12. 55. Married. Commoner, probably. She's probably not marrying up very much as an illegitimate child, even an acknowledged one. Only general Brit name besides William. And like John. Yeah. Fair. Fair. Alright. Let's see. How many times should we randomize his appearance? Floofy, you want to give me a number? 7. Okay. Let's randomize you, Mr. Langston. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a very interesting look. I don't know about that. What do you think, Floofy? Should we go give it one more go? Give it one more. Look at that glorious L'Oreal hair. He's growing on you. Well, he's not going to be blonde. He could be foreign. Langston isn't really a foreign name, though. He's got gray eyebrows, blonde hair, and a brown beard. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. He's got eyeliner on, too. Nothing against men wearing eyeliner. Randomize again. Let's give it... Let's see. Okay, that's more normal. No, you. Okay, fair. Try again. I think this one's okay. This one's okay. He needs hair that's just a bit shorter. Bring your Viking cowboy back. You sure? You sure? I'll bring him back if you tell me to. No, you like this guy? Okay, fair. The Viking cowboy was funny though. It was. It was funny. I'm gonna change his eyes just slightly to one that's a little more like a hooded eye versus a monolid. Aw, he got puppy eyes now. I like those eyes. Alright, so this is Thomas Langston, who is much older than his wife. Like I said, she could be his second wife. You like his beard? I do too. I like his beard. It's neat. He's got big puppy eyes. Second wife, yeah. I agree. At his age, she's probably the second wife. Other wife is dead. Alright, Let's see. What is his personality like? How many times should we randomize his traits? Three. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Self-absorbed, child of the islands, which I can't keep, and perky. I can't keep child of the islands, really, because they're in England. We could keep him perky. A little too happy. Wow, they must be like the most happy couple between her being cheerful and him being perky. Self-absorbed, so he's a bit of a narcissist. And I don't know. A positive trait. Let's see. Maybe he's charming. What is his job? Good question. We don't know yet. We have not decided that yet. If you have a suggestion, let me know. I guess we should decide his class. Well, he's gonna be like a common class. At best, he has a profession, like an artist, like an artisan profession, because there's no way an illegitimate daughter is marrying up. She's not. Honestly, I'm just kind of making the lore on the fly. So, you know, it's they could be anywhere, but like I said, he's probably somewhere in the city. He probably lives somewhere in the city. Would be my guess. Or, I guess he could be a fisherman who came to the city, or a merchant. Um, but I just don't see an illegitimate daughter having a lot of luck marrying up, especially because that would necessitate a larger dowry, which I'm not sure her father would have been willing to give. Handy skills? Yeah, he could be like an artisan, is what I'm thinking. Like some sort of like, maybe he's a potter. Maybe he's a potter. What do we think of that? What if he's a potter? Because I have an artisan skill, like personality trait. So we'll say he's a potter. Artisan, potter. Let's see. So he's a self-absorbed, perky artisan. Oh, you know what he is? He's one of those artists who think they're like the best of all time. You know, he thinks of himself as like a genius potter, that no one's pottery is as good as his. All right. All right, let's see. Let's see what his relationship is like. I'll give him like a creative. Trying to figure out what kind of aspiration is going to fit this. Technically, you can become famous through artwork, like artwork type things, but I don't really want to encourage that kind of um Well, maybe I'll give him the painter extraordinaire just so that he has like an artistic related aspiration. Let's give him some clothes. Some more period appropriate clothing. For Thomas Langston. And then we'll figure out how many kids he has. Through Mabel. Ooh, he looks good in that. See. All right. It's giving Mercutio. You're not wrong. You are not wrong that it is giving Mercutio. All right. All right. What's his relationship like with his wife, who we have to, hold on, spouse. There's 4 possible relationships he could have with her. She is his second wife. 4. Ooh, they have a difficult relationship. What is causing trouble in paradise? What is causing the trouble between Thomas and his wife Mabel? Depends on the number of kids they have. Well, that's true. Random number generate. She's old enough that they could have a fair few. So we'll say like 1 to 6. Maybe she's still working at the end. 0. We'll say 0 to 6 for children. 3. They actually have 3 children together. They have 3 children together. Okay, so first child, let's figure out, is it a boy or a girl? Because if they're all girls, maybe they have a difficult relationship because he really wants a son. All right, random number generate. 1 for boy, 2 for girl. It's a girl. First one, at least, is a girl. I'd say the oldest she probably is, given the age of Mabel being 28. I'm gonna say 12 is the oldest that she could be. So, random number generate 1 to 12. How old is this daughter? 8. She's 8 years old. And not that this is super critical, but she was born in July of 8 years ago. So that would put her born in 1291 in 1300. So there is a 8-year-old daughter. Let's make that daughter. Him and Mabel have a child-aged daughter. How many times are we going to randomize this daughter? How many times? 2. All right. Randomized daughter. 1, 2. She's not bad. She's kind of cute. Quickly. Let's see. Give her a little dress. She would not be wearing headdresses yet because you only start wearing those when you're married. Let's see. Looking. See. Okay. Make her eyebrows a little thinner because that was the fashion at the time, if you could. See. Her hair would most likely be braided, but not necessarily in the like most intricate of styles. I think she's cute, personally. Oh, I like this one. Hold on, I'm gonna go with that one. All right, so that's child number 1. Let's see what her, let's see, done. What's her name? I think you're right that she would be more of like a down braid or something. That braid looks a little modern for my taste. I need more child hairstyles that are braided. Maybe free flowing? Maybe. Maybe one that's not cutting into her clothes quite as much. No. Oh, that one's cute. All right, what is her name? Let's see. 1 through 18. 11. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would make her name Christina. Or Christiana. Or Christiania. But I think Christiana. Christiana. I mean, we could shorten that and just make it Anna. Anna Langston. Which I think would be pretty cute. So, Anna Langston. And she is, ooh, mean. Suppose she could be. What do you think? Keep or random? Keep. All right. She's a mean little girl. Let's see, her relationship with her mother. Random number generate 1 through 7 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her mother is permissive with her, which is probably how she got to be so mean. Also, her mother's kind of oblivious, so probably doesn't realize how mean her daughter is. Meanwhile, Thomas... You need to be the mean older sister. All right. Thomas, however, 2, has a distant relationship with his daughter. Okay. All right. Let's see. Child number 2. Is it a boy or is it a girl? 1 for boy, 2 for girl. 2, it is another girl. This is looking more and more like he has a difficult relationship with his wife, Mabel, because he wanted a son, and he still doesn't have one. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. daughter Langston, who is... That makes sense if his first wife didn't give him any children or died in childbirth, and both mom and child died, so he's not happy that his first child with his second wife is a girl. Yeah. So you seem to really want Anna to be the older sister, so should I make sure that this next daughter is younger than her then? One, two, 7. Yeah, it would make sense. All right. Daughter number 2 is 5. That puts her just barely in, I believe, my range for child age. Hold on, I might need to double check that. Let's see. Yes, that would put child number 2 right at the start of being another child, another girl. This one is 5. Let's see. She was born in February. So 1295. Because her birthday would have already passed. Yeah, I have no idea where the random red hair came from. Give me a number, Floofy, and we will randomize her looks. Six. All right, we're randomizing her 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, she's got Dad's black hair. Let's see. Yeah, she's a cutie. Mm, that fabric's a little too fine for her, being the daughter of a potter. Where's the one your sister is wearing? Ah, here it is. Put her hair down. Her eyes are even just like a slightest bit on the green end of the spectrum. Oh, that's super cute. I want to keep that. Let's see. We'll thin her eyebrows just slightly. The shape's basically the same, but just thin them a little bit. All right, what is our second girl's name going to be? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would make her Margaret, Maggie, or Margaretta. I kind of like the idea of naming her Maggie. Maggie Langston. But it's spelled Magge. As a diminutive of Margaret. You were thinking she looked like a Margaret? Oh my gosh. She's gonna be pretty. She's gonna be very pretty. All right, let's see what she is. She's a cat lover. Oh my gosh, innocent bean. Bullied by her older sister. That's a very appropriate trait for a 5-year-old too. That's a very, very appropriate trait for a 5-year-old girl. She just loves the animals. Poor innocent bean. All right, let's figure out child number 3. What do you think? Should we randomize whether it's a boy or a girl? Or do we just give him another girl? I feel like we need more boys in the game. We actually have a good amount of girls. Cat's our only friend because her big sis is a meanie. Oh wait, I should also check out her relationships with her parents. And her sister, for that matter. She probably has a difficult relationship with her older sister because her older sister probably bullies her. I'm okay with just saying that she has a bad, oh, wait, no, go back. Wrong one. Wrong one. This one. You have a difficult relationship because you're a meanie. You think given the lore it should be girl. That would make sense, yeah. But you want to see the random number. That's also fair. Let me get relationships. So Mabel 1 through 7. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has a difficult relationship with Maggie. Oh my gosh, what if Anna blames Maggie for all the fights? Her father, poor baby's so abused. Poor Maggie, yeah. All right, her father, 2. I'm pretty sure that means, yep, he's also distant with her. He's not a very good dad. Just saying. Yeah, this man asking for a visit. Poor Maggie has no allies at home. Let me at him. Yes. Yes. All right. Child number 3. Boy or girl? Boy. Her only allies are her cat friends. Yeah, it says that it's a boy. How does this change our lore? Maybe the boy was born weak and sickly. Yeah, let's figure out age. We'll say that this is definitely a youngest child. So somewhere between the age of like 1 to 1 through 4. Yeah, thank you. 1. So this is a baby still. A recent development. And he was born 1 through 12. 10, he was October. Just like Thomas. An October child. Probably named after his father. So his name is probably also Thomas Langston. Especially if this was a long-awaited son. He's probably named after his father. We could say Tom. Tom Langston. To help differentiate them. Tommy. I like that. Tommy Langston. Who would have been, if it was October, that means he's going on 2, so 1298 is when he would have been born. Commoner, if this was a long-awaited son, he's definitely named after his father. Let's make this son. Let's see, 1 year old. That technically, for me, because I have toddlers start at 1 year old, because that's when kids start walking, aka toddling. Yeah, if they've been married for 12 years and he's finally getting a son, yeah. All right. How many times are we going to randomize this kid? 8. 8 times randomized. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, isn't he a cutie? That curly hair. Where the heck is this curly hair coming from? You know what? It skipped a generation because Mabel's dad has curly hair. He's an adorable little bean. Little Tommy Langston. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Thomas is 44 already, and he, we didn't bother saying whether he had kids or not with the first wife. We'll assume no living children. No living children by the first wife. And, she probably died in childbirth, and he didn't get a son. He's already 44. He finally has a son. He probably resents his wife that it took that long, because in those days they very much blamed the wife if, it wasn't the child that they were really looking for. Now, they didn't really give like much at this age for clothing, so he probably would have just had like a smockish type thing. Because he was just gonna outgrow it. I don't think they would bother making him little trousers and hose and stuff at this age. Not from the things that I've seen. Yes, he's very baby. He's very baby. Give him little shoes, little tiny shoes. Little tiny shoes for little Tommy. Yes, we accept this child. Your name is not Fitzwilliam. Oh my gosh, have they all been given the wrong last name here? Hold on. Tommy Langston. Maggie Langston. Anna Langston. Okay, we're good. Wait, I gotta change her name to Langston. Mabel's last name is also Langston since she married. Okay. So yeah, we got little baby Tommy, who is a silly little bean. He is a silly little bean. Yay for goofballs, yes. Okay. But yeah, I imagine he probably resents his wife taking so long to give him a son because, I mean, think about, like, he probably has an okay life expectancy as a potter in a fortified city. But in those days and age, 44 was a very respectable age. To only have one son, especially when he's already self-absorbed, probably really damaged his ego. All right. Mabel, what kind of relationship do you have with your son? 2. She's distant with her son. Interesting. You would think she would be close with her son, given that it's the child, you know, her husband has been waiting for. She is checked out. I think you're right, Ellie. I think she's just checked out. She's pretty checked out of her children. You know, with a difficult relationship with her husband, we have to imagine that there's some marital issues, possibly domestic issues between them. Redirected resentment from her husband onto her son, possibly. Poor Bean. Her husband, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strict relationship with his son, probably because he has such high expectations. These guys are not the best parents. But yeah, probably because he has such high expectations of his son, being that he's so, such a narcissist. Like, he probably has just impossible expectations. I hope Maggie loves her silly little brother. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Is I'm gonna give her this super siblings aspiration that she just wants to be really close with her brother. Since obviously the relationship with her sister is failing. Maggie is the only well, Maggie and Tommy are redeemable characters. All right, and with that, we have the Langston family. Tommy is just a silly little guy. Let's see. Has a difficult relationship with husband. Permissive with first daughter. see. You're getting tired? You need to get ready for bed? Gonna lurk? No worries, Floofy. Let's see. Sleep well, Floofy. Strict with sun due to high expectations. Okay. Distant with both daughters. Adding notes. See. It was a blow to his ego that it took so long for him to have a son. Okay. So with that, all right. I'm going to move all of them into other households for the moment. That gave us, let's see, 5, 8, 10 Sims so far tonight. Oh. Okay. So, we've made 10 Sims tonight. We still need a lot more Sims. It's like not enough families. I've got more on the gallery that I haven't like put in world just yet. Oh, I forgot we already used the Grimston name. Good thing I didn't reuse that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Should we try and do one more family of lore? Let's see. Let me pull a name. Let's grab Let's grab... I don't know. Let's use the last name Thornton. Okay, let's do some randomization here. Learn more about Mr. Thornton. How old is Mr. Thornton? Between the ages of 20 and... I guess I could go up to 60, but... 20 to 50. 42. Okay, he's 42. He was born in January of 1258. Is he... Let's see, what do we usually say? Married, unmarried, widowed. One through three. 2, he's unmarried. He is never married. You know, we need some, like, clergy. We could make him, like, clergy. Like a monk, maybe? Maybe this is one of our monks. Let's see, random number generator. 1 through 18. 16. Let's see, 16th name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That would make his name Alan. So this would be Brother Alan. Let's randomize him, let's say 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna give it one more. Okay. Make him an adult. Let's eliminate his facial hair and earrings and jewelry and all that. Let's see. I think I do have monkish hair. Do monks change names? Okay, so maybe his birth name was Alan Thornton, but he's like Brother John now. All right, let's find some monk hair for him. Because we needed a monk. We needed a monk anyway. Now, where's... I mean, we could just make him bald, but I'm looking for the one... I'm sure I've got a type of hair on here that'll do the little shaved circle on the top of the head. If not, I need to get that. Oh, there we go. His front bits have just already, you know, balded away. Kept clean shaven. Give him some monkish. Maybe one that's not hooded. See. I guess I could just change his name to Brother John on here. Or would it be Father? Let's see. No, Brother John's fine. Brother John is fine. Now, what is Brother John's personality? He's insecure, he's proper, insider's the only one that doesn't fit. Ooh, meditator would kind of make sense, or pastor. There we go. Okay. Okay, and maybe he wants to be an expert nectar maker. Alright. Alright, that's Brother John. I don't really have much, like, lore about him just yet. He's insecure, proper, and pastor. Okay. No, know that we made some good progress tonight. And yeah, we'll do more Ultimate Decades prep on Thursday in the form of some Sims building. We got to finish that medieval castle that we started some time ago. So we'll work on finishing that. We'll do some more Sims on Saturday as well. Probably some building, maybe some casts as well, if we are feeling up for it. All right, I saved him to the gallery, so I'm just gonna exit game. It is getting fairly late for me. I'll see if I've got a friend for us to go say hi to. Someone who's also playing The Sims. Hmm. No one else is doing Cass, but there is building and gameplay as options. Looks like some chaotic stuff. Anybody have an opinion? Let me see. Who of the friends who are playing The Sims has the current least amount of viewers and could use the boost? Let's see. I'm also trying to think, like, has it been a decent amount? Oh, no worries, Bluma. Thank you for being here and hanging out while we did some lore and spilled some tea. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you all did too. And I don't know. I'm really pretty tired. Bluma, do you have a someone you would like us to go raid? Do you have a friend you would like to? I know you've been sleepy lurking, so no pressure. Because I can just pick somebody otherwise. Have a good night, Floofy. I thought you already went to bed. And thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Gameplay or building, guys? Who do we want to raid? You were getting ready for bed? I understand now. Okay. Let's see. Um, oh, geez, I'm terrible at picking people to raid. Let's see. It's been a while since we've raided Sweet Pea. I think it's been at least a month since we've raided Sweet Pea. So why don't we go say hi to Sweet Pea real quick? Grab your raid messages. Let's go party our way out like it's $14.99. See. And let me get a raid going so we can go say Sweet Pea's doing something real fun. She's doing a Hunger Games in The Sims. So a little bit of chaos to end your night if you're looking for something. Otherwise, just come say hi with me and, go to bed. I know it's getting late. Sweet Pea, if you'd like. I mean, you will get extra channel points if you come along on the raid. Um, And yeah, so my next stream will be tomorrow night. We're gonna play a game called Pentiment. It is an 18 plus game. So stay safe if you are under that age mark. And otherwise, I'll see you like Thursday or Saturday if you'd like to hang out again. If you've enjoyed here and you're not already and you'd like to support me, hit the heart button, drop me a follow, and I'd love to hang out again. But if not, that's okay too. Just enjoy sharing the Sims I like with other people who like it too. So that's what we're doing. And let's see. We're gonna be heading out here very fast, very, very fast. So I'm gonna say it's a goodbye for now, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I will see you next time.